wealth, and secrets collide. In the dazzling world of Manhattan's elite, every smile hides a plan, every ballroom shimmer masks tension, and the past refuses to stay buried. Season 4 of the Gilded Age is here to reveal who will rise, who will fall, and what lengths people will go to protect their place in history. The city hums with anticipation. A glittering spectacle of lights that bounce off the polished floors of towering mansions and the intricate glass of chandeliers. Outside, horse-drawn carriages race through the cobblestone streets, their wheels clattering like the heartbeat of the city itself. Smoke curls from factory chimneys in the distance. A subtle reminder that beneath all the glamour lies a city built on struggle and ambition. Inside these grand homes, ladies adjust their gowns with nervous fingers, while men straighten their collars and gloves, each movement a careful display of power and propriety. The air is thick with expectation, the kind that makes every glance, every whisper, charged with meaning. Old money and new money collide in silent contests of influence, their rules unwritten but understood by all. In one room, a matriarch watches from the corner, her eyes sharp and calculating, noting the alliances forming and the quiet rivalries brewing. Across the hall, a young socialite leans against a marble column, her lips pressed together in a thoughtful frown, scheming for the right moment to strike and elevate her family's name. In another wing, a wealthy businessman's fists pound the desk as he considers a deal that could secure his legacy, but might betray the trust of those closest to him. Shadows dance across the walls as the evening sun dips lower, painting every detail in a golden, almost unreal glow. Conversations drift through hallways, polite on the surface, but brimming with underlying tension. Secrets are carried in delicate porcelain teacups, and promises are whispered into ears that may never be trusted. The city itself seems to lean in, holding its breath, watching as the players move with precision and cunning. Every step, every gesture carries weight. A servant hurriedly sweeps the grand staircase, careful not to disturb the delicate balance of composure above, while outside, the murmurs of the street seep in. A reminder that the glittering world is never truly isolated. There is laughter in the dining halls, soft and musical, but behind it lies a current of envy and ambition. One glance exchanged across a ballroom could shift alliances in an instant. The sound of a piano drifts from an open door, notes light and enchanting, masking the storm of emotions just beneath the surface. As night approaches, the city transforms, the gas lamps flickering to life, casting long shadows that seem to move of their own accord. Windows glow with the warmth of candlelight, revealing silhouettes engaged in private dramas, plotting moves that could change their futures forever. The tension is palpable. It grips the walls, the furniture, the very air itself. Outside, the clatter of carriage wheels and the distant call of a street vendor remind everyone that life in Manhattan is relentless, unstoppable, and unforgiving. In the heart of this gilded world, friendships are fragile, rivalries sharp, and every action is watched with keen eyes. Even the smallest misstep could echo for years, tarnishing a name, ruining a fortune, or igniting a scandal that will be whispered about for generations. Yet amidst the formality, the glitter, and the strict social codes, human emotion persists. Love, jealousy, ambition, and desperation swirl together, impossible to contain. Hearts race behind controlled smiles, and passions flare in moments of quiet defiance. The city seems alive, responding to every glance, every step, and every whispered plan. In this world of grandeur and deception, only those who understand the delicate balance between ambition and restraint can survive. And as the evening deepens and the first stars glimmer over Manhattan, it becomes clear that this season will test loyalties, ambitions, and the very fabric of what it means to live and succeed in the dazzling, treacherous world of the Gilded Age. The night deepens, and the city's lights shimmer like scattered diamonds across the darkened streets. Inside the grand homes, conversations take on a sharper edge, soft words hiding sharper intentions. In the drawing rooms, laughter rings out, musical but measured, masking the undercurrent of rivalry and intrigue that fills every corner. A young Debutante stands near a gilded mirror, tracing the edges of her gloves with delicate fingers, aware that every glance carries weight, every smile could shift alliances across the hall. An older gentleman adjusts his cufflinks with meticulous care, his eyes darting to a group gathered around a marble fireplace, calculating, judging, always observing. The servants move with quiet precision, attending to the guests while witnessing the small sparks of tension that ignite in hushed whispers every gesture. From the tilt of a head to the subtle shift of a hand becomes a message, a signal of power, desire, or discontent. In one corner, two women exchange words veiled in sweetness, but their eyes betray the undercurrents of envy and ambition. A silent duel where only one can claim the upper hand. Meanwhile, across the room, a young man leans against the staircase railing, watching, learning, waiting for the perfect moment to make his move. The city outside pulses with energy. Gas lamps casting flickering shadows across the cobblestones, blending the ordinary with the extraordinary. From the street, the sound of carriage wheels and distant voices drifts in through slightly open windows, a reminder that Manhattan is alive beyond the walls of these palatial estates. Inside, the air is thick with unspoken possibilities, promises, and threats, a tension that seems almost tangible. A hush falls as a door creaks open, revealing a newcomer whose presence immediately shifts the balance of attention. Eyes turn. Conversations pause, and the subtle choreography of power begins. Anew. In the grand dining hall, silverware glints beneath the candlelight, but the sparkle seems almost insignificant compared to the sharper gleam of ambition in the guests' eyes. Plans are hatched in whispers over glasses of champagne, deals brokered through subtle nods, and loyalties tested with every exchanged glance. Outside, the winter wind stirs, rattling the window panes, a reminder that beyond the gilded interiors, the world is vast, unpredictable, and full of consequences. Within these walls, however, time feels suspended, each moment amplified, each interaction laden with potential triumph or disaster. A musician plucks a harp string delicately, the soft notes filling the space, but even the music cannot drown out the silent plodding, the careful measurement of gestures and words. Somewhere down the corridor, a letter is passed from hand to hand, its contents poised to change the trajectory of lives, fortunes, and reputations. The tension is almost electric, crackling invisibly between those who seek advantage and those determined to protect their position. In another room, a quiet confrontation unfolds, polite in tone but fierce in intent, each participant aware that a single misstep could unravel years of careful planning. The chandeliers sway slightly in the draft, casting moving patterns across marble floors, symbolic of the shifting alliances and unstable hierarchies within the room. Eyes meet across tables, calculating, discerning, daring, as the drama of ambition, love, and betrayal plays out silently. Behind every polite smile lies a hidden agenda. Behind every bow and curtsy, a strategy is in motion. The city outside watches, indifferent yet omnipresent, its pulse mirrored by the tension within. As midnight approaches, shadows grow longer, secrets darker, and ambitions more urgent. The interplay of wealth, desire, and power continues, unstoppable, relentless, and intoxicating, weaving a tapestry of human emotion and societal expectation. The walls of these mansions hold countless stories, each echoing with triumphs, defeats, heartbreaks, and victories. And as the night stretches on, it becomes clear that only those who can navigate the subtle currents of influence, cunning, and courage will emerge unscathed. In this world of glittering surfaces and hidden depths, nothing is simple. Everything is calculated, and every glance, every gesture, every whispered word carries the potential to ignite change that will echo far beyond these gilded walls. The first signs of dawn begin to brush the edges of the sky, but inside the grand homes of Manhattan, the night's whispers linger like smoke, heavy and persistent. Candlelight flickers across the gilded walls, illuminating faces that are both composed and restless, the duality of elegance and ambition etched into every expression. A young socialite moves through the rooms with measured steps, each glance a silent assessment, each gesture a carefully crafted signal. She pauses near a heavy velvet curtain, listening to a conversation that is not meant for her ears. The words barely audible, yet each one carries the weight of opportunity or ruin. Across the hall, an older matriarch surveys the scene from her chair by the window, her posture rigid, her eyes scanning, calculating, and blinking. In her mind, alliances are assessed, loyalties weighed, and futures measured in subtle gestures and whispered promises. The servants carry trays of delicacies past these players in the social chess game, oblivious to the hidden calculations behind polite smiles and clinking glasses, or perhaps all too aware. Having observed these interactions countless times, outside, the city begins to stir the distant call of street vendors, the rhythmic pounding of hooves on cobblestone, but inside, time seems slowed, controlled, a stage upon which every player must